Welcome back, everybody. How you doing tonight? So I did something pretty cool tonight. I did a throwback draft at another one of the local game stores I have in my area. It's a little further across town, but they were doing an Innistrad draft, original Innistrad. So, and the prizes were pretty ridiculous. First place was a box of Avacyn Restored. And second place was like $100 store credit, and then $75, then $50. So there were some pretty big prizes. It was expensive buy-in because the Innistrad packs are so much. It was a $50 buy-in, but you got the 3 packs of Avacyn or of Innistrad. So, and a chance at some of those really big prizes. So, even though I was, if you watched my video from my Friday Night Magic last night, I was exhausted and I had to work all day again today. I was still pretty beat, but I really was like, this is kind of a once in a blue moon type of thing that's not going to happen very often. So I went and did it. So first off, I guess I'll show you what I drafted and then talk about how I did. And we'll start by, so my first pack, the rare was an Unbreathing Hoard. And I had already pretty much planned the night before. I did a little bit of looking into Innistrad. Remember, I wasn't playing when this set came out at all. So I completely missed this set, and I really don't know anything about this set. So my first pack, the rare, was Unbreathing Hoard. The little research I did, I decided to go either black and blue or black and red. So I figured I'd start pulling black. Sure enough, my first rare is a decent black card. It's gets a +1/+1 counter for each zombie you control and each zombie in your graveyard. And it's one of those beat sticks that when it's dealt damage, prevent that damage, remove a 1/1 counter from it. And it's only 1 black and 2 colorless. So great card for a zombie deck. This guy would be a game winner in a zombie deck. However, as the draft went on, I wasn't able to actually stack it in the deck I ended up playing with because I only drafted 4 or 5 other zombies, and they just weren't good. Like a 5/1 for 4, I mean, that's just too weak. These Ghoul Raisers were pretty cool because they could bring a zombie card at random from your graveyard to your hand. So if you only had 1 zombie in your graveyard, you got what you wanted, but otherwise you had to probably let the opponent decide, I guess. I don't know how you do it random. But so I did get a couple of those, which I was pretty stoked about early on. But I just didn't get enough backup for him. I got a Walking Corpse, but he's a 2-drop 2/2 that just doesn't have any abilities at all. So there's really no kind of flashiness to the zombies that I got. I just don't think the packs had them because I was getting all the black cards back. I don't think anybody else at my table was running black at all. Because I would be sitting there, oh, which black card should I take? And take one, and then at the end of the pack, when it come back around to me, I'd get that black card back again that I was trying to decide on. So I got a lot of good black cards, but I didn't get enough zombies to stack that. Second pack, I don't remember what the rare was because I passed the rare, I believe, but I got past this in the very next pack on the second round, Evil Twin. And this was one of the cards I was looking at that was making me want to go blue and black. I was like, oh, if I pull that, I'm going to go blue and black because that's just a really cool card. I can take whatever their beat stick is and then destroy it, and I'll have it for myself, you know? So the problem was, I think everybody at my table was playing blue because I was only able to get 2 blue creatures on top of that. They were both flyers, which I was really stoked about, and they're both great creatures. Both spirits. One gives other spirits +1. Decent power for the cost and abilities, but that's literally all I got for blue. So I couldn't run blue at all. I was really disappointed about that. So those were the first 2 packs. I want to show you everything except what I pulled in the third pack because you got to stick around for that. That's pretty awesome. So let me show you what I actually did use aside from this one card that was in my deck that I used. So we'll start with creatures first. Here's just kind of the basic creatures I ended up stacking. I did get a Tormented Pariah, which was a flip card that turned into a 6/4 werewolf, which was pretty beastly. Ended up never once flipping it. Maybe once I got it flipped, but it didn't do anything. I don't think I don't even think I got it flipped. I got a couple Rakish Hairs. these guys were pretty awesome. Whenever they deal damage to or combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on it. So I was getting them fairly early a lot of the time, and I was able to get them through a few times and pump them up. I think I got one up to an 8/8 one time, which was pretty awesome. The Bitterheart Witch with Death Touch, and when it dies, you may search your library for a card, put it onto the battlefield attached to target player, and then shuffle your library. We'll come back to that in a second, why that was really important. Disciple of Grizzlebrand, one colorless, and sacrifice a creature. You gain life equal to sacrifice creature's toughness. So that gave me quite a bit of life gain, because, you know, after combat, after a creature would get blocked, I was pretty much doing aggro, so I'd send over a bunch of creatures, and if one of them got blocked and killed, I would then sack it for the toughness, or if I blocked, I would then sack it for the toughness after blockers. So I was getting some life off of that guy. The Morkroot Banshee was kind of my heavy hitter, one of my heavy hitters that I put in here. It has Morbid, so when a creature died that turn, if you put it into play, target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. So that was also a removal spell. He worked a couple times. I was able to get rid of some pretty big creatures that were causing me problems by putting, her in there. That's a her. Those are ta-ta-ta-tas. Kind of dead, not so attractive looking ones, but still. So that was a good one. Glad I got that one. Diregraph Ghoul, 2/2 for a 1-drop that comes into play tapped, which you can't attack your first turn anyway, so, you know, that's pretty win-win. Just glad I got that one. I didn't get to use him much, and he got killed pretty quick usually. The Abattoir Ghoul, first strike, and whenever a creature that he deals damage to dies, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. So again, I was getting a little bit of life gain in the deck, which was nice, which is rare in black, without a lot of lifelink stuff. So, I mean, at this time, I think that was pretty rare. I think nowadays it's pretty common with all the lifelink creatures in black, but back then I don't think it was as common. So that's pretty good. Ashmouth Hound. I got this guy pretty much every opening hand. I don't know how. I only drafted one of them, but I kept getting them. And he was pretty awesome because whenever he blocks or becomes blocked, he automatically pings the other creature for 1 damage. So he's basically a 3/1 when he's blocked. But that first hit, sometimes if they only have 1 toughness, would kill them before they could even retort. So he was pretty good. And then Manor Skeleton, haste, 2-drop 1/1 that regenerates. Awesome. I love regenerating creatures. I'm really disappointed that they don't do them anymore in the sets. Regeneration was a great thing because this guy was blocking monsters all night long. I mean, I get a couple pings right off the bat with him because he had the haste. I get him out early game and send him over a couple times before they could get something out there to block him. And then after that, I mean, I was getting attacked with like 9/9 creatures and block, regenerate, no problem. So that guy was awesome. I wish I'd gotten a few more of him. So the only flyers I was able to get, because I wasn't able to get any blue and I ended up going black and red, was I did get a Screeching Bat, which is flying 2/2, and you can pay to flip him. And then he's a 5/5, but non-flying, which I thought was kind of weak. It should have been a flying 5/5, but anyway. I got a Manor Gargoyle. That might have been my rare in my second pack. I don't think so, though. I think I passed the rare in the second pack. I think somebody passed me this sometime during the game, or during the draft. Defender. He's indestructible as long as he's a defender, and he's a 4/4. But you can pay 1 until end of turn. He loses defender and gains flying. So you can make him a flying attacker for 5. I thought that was a great card. He did come in handy a couple times. I got an equipment that give a creature flying with just his 2-drop with a 1 equip cost because I knew I didn't have enough flyers. And I got the One-Eyed Scarecrow. I passed one of these because I had to take something better, but I wish I'd have drafted more of these because the flyers, of course, are always a big problem in draft. And this guy gave all your opponent's flyers -1. And he's a 2/3 defender. So I thought that was a great card, and that did come in really handy. Saved me in one of the games. Let's look at the other stuff I didn't draft, or I didn't play. Drafted but didn't play. Blazing Torch. It was a 2 damage to target creature, and I did get to where they can't be blocked by vampires or zombies. I just decided I wanted more creatures and less equipment, because I already had a couple equipments in the deck, so I didn't stack that. Maw of the Mires were really tempting to destroy a land, which land's always important in draft, and you gain 4 life. But the 5 mana cost, I was like, I'm playing too much aggro. By the time I did get 2 of those, and they were just handed to me. I didn't draft them. People just actually handed them to me at the end of the packs. I just figured they were too late game to be effective. You know, I mean, if you can destroy a land on the first or second turn, you can really crush your opponent. But by turn 5, your opponent's probably got enough mana to do what they need to do. Kessig Wolf, I was really tempted to stack him, but he was constant mana to give him the first strike, and he was only a 3/1 for 3. It just wasn't enough, I didn't think. Graveyard Shovel, I wasn't going. I wasn't really too worried about the life gain because I had a lot of other life gain, so I ended up not doing that. Mask of Avacyn, it's just too expensive to equip. If it was cheaper to equip, I probably would have stacked it. If it was a 1 to equip, I would have put it in there, but I didn't because it was 3 to equip. This one, it's Death Touch to Vampires, but I didn't think that was enough to worry about stacking it. And then these two I really wanted to stack, but the Burning Vengeance, whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, Burning Vengeance deals 2 damage to target creature or player. I drafted this pretty early on because I was getting a bunch of cards with flashback early on, and I thought I was going to use this, but I just didn't get enough flashback cards to justify it. I kind of wish I had used it because it would have won a couple very important games for me if I'd have had that out. We'll get into that later. And then Rage Thrower. Whenever another creature dies, Rage Thrower deals 2 damage to target player. This was an awesome card, and I totally would have stacked it if it was 4 mana casting cost, but 6 mana casting cost for a 4/2, it was just too much. I didn't think I was going to get them out fast enough because I'm running kind of aggro. All right, so my removal, I got Victim of the Night. I got one of those. I got a Traitorous Blood. This thing was awesome. This thing actually won a couple games. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it. It gains trample and haste until end of turn. I stole the dude's, what was it, like 6/9 or something, and punched him in the face with it. He was not very happy. It was awesome. Tribute to Hunger. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. You gain life equal to that creature's toughness. It came in handy one time because they only had 1 creature out, but the rest of the times they were only sacking 1/1s, so it wasn't that handy, and it was kind of expensive with the 3 cost. Dead Weights, those were awesome. I only got 2 of them. I wish I'd have got more of those. I grabbed every one I could. That was one of my prime picks. And then a Nightbird's Clutches I got handed, which was a great card. Up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn, and it did have flashback. So problem is, I actually never needed it. I used it once, I think, and that was just kind of pointless. I didn't really need to use it. I could have done it without it. So my 2 favorite cards that I got were Bump in the Night, a black lightning bolt with flashback. How do you beat that? That card is amazing. Any black or red deck should have this in it. I mean, it's a black lightning bolt with flashback. This won me quite a few games. I only got 2 of them. I wish I'd have gotten more. I grabbed every one I got as soon as I saw it. I wish I got more of those because those were amazing. And then 2 Curse of the Pierced Hearts. And this is why I was talking about this guy. So when he dies, you can go to your library, get a curse, and then put it on the battlefield. I actually was able to dig for this thing a couple times when that creature died. These guys, awesome. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, Curse of the Pierced Heart deals 1 damage to that player. Every turn they were getting pinged for 1 or 2 if I got both out. Oh man, if you could draft like 10 of those and draft, you win. I mean, every turn they were getting popped. That was awesome. All right, now my third pack, I got 3 packs, and the third pack, there was 1 pack that had Lilli on the top. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave that for last because that one's going to have a Lilli in it. If I pull a Lilli, then this draft is paid for sure, right? So we get to the third pack, and I open it. Ding! If you've watched my other videos, you know that she is very elusive to me. This is only the 2nd Lilli I've pulled, and I've probably opened 25 boxes already. I mean, this is only the 2nd one I pulled, and I happened to pull it add a draft for Innistrad. The real original Lilli from Innistrad. I think that's about a $60 card currently. I paid $50 for the draft, so I profited just from actually paying for the draft. The guy two people down from me at my table pulled the Snapcaster Mage too, so it was pretty awesome. Our table got the best pulls. That was a hell of a box. So yeah, I got the Lilli. I paid for the draft with the Lilli. Oh, I was already running black, so she just flipped perfectly into my deck. I did get her out a couple times. She got killed pretty quick. People don't like Lilli for some reason. I don't know why. I like her, but she got killed pretty quick. But she did come in really handy for a couple games. She did help me win one game. So, the first round, I went 2-0. It was a mainly white token creation deck. White and, I forget what the other color was, but I was just way too beastly for it. I had too much removal and way bigger creatures, so I just kind of stomped over. The second round, I believe I went 2-0 again. Again, it was just he was running a mill deck, and he was causing me a lot of problems, and he was not a very polite gentleman. He was getting very pissy and stuff, so just not a good Magic player. People, don't get pissy about it. It's a game. Come on, just chill. I mean, we were doing that for fun, and this guy's getting all antsy and upset, and, you know, he's going out of phase and drawing before he took the damage from the curse, so I just politely, you know, point at the curse and be, I know what I'm doing, I know, you know, just stuff like that. Don't be like that, people. Don't be that guy. Seriously. Nobody wants you there. If you're that guy, nobody likes you. Just go home. Just saying. There's no reason for all that. Anyways, rant over. So the third game, the third round, I actually ended up playing the guy who won, who is actually an old buddy of mine from about 15 years ago that I used to draft with all the time. Cool guy, real fun to play against and stuff. He's really good at the game. He's, you know, he's not one to make mistakes, you know, so he's just a really smooth player. It's really pleasant games against him. So I enjoy playing against him, and it was nice because I hadn't seen him in so long, and we got to play a couple games. He won the first game because I got mana locked pretty bad the first game. I won the second game just brutally. I mean, I just absolutely trounced him the second hand because I got a really good opening hand, and I just came out flying. He didn't. I don't even think he got. Well, he got a couple creatures out, but I had removal in my opening hand, so I killed everything he put on the board and just kept walking over there. And I think I got both curses out. So I went through them pretty fast that second hand. The third hand, I got mana locked completely. I mean, I had 3 mountains the whole game and all black cards in my hand. But I still managed to do a little bit of damage, but yeah, it was just mana lock city. I couldn't get anything out. But the third game was really, really close. I did get mana locked again, but for black that time, I only had like 1 swamp, and I really needed 2 to make the deck work, and the rest was all mountains. So I was more color locked than mana locked. And I literally, at the last turn, got him down to 1 life. If I could have done 1 more point of damage to him, I would have won. And he's the one that won the whole night. He went undefeated all night. So if I could have almost beat him. So I came that close to actually possibly being able to place really high or win the box, which would have been awesome. Then the fourth round was almost an exact replay. First game, he won very close. Second game, or no, the first game I won, I think. And then the second game, yeah, the first game I won really, really easily. Second game, I'm trying to remember because there's 5 rounds and I'm really tired still. He beat me because I got mana locked for, this time I had all red cards in my hand and I was only pulling swamps. I got really just severely mana locked. For color lock and mana locked. I had like 3, I think I had like 2 swamps and a mountain out by the time the game was over, but by the time I got the mountain, it was already too late. I was just done for. He had a mass of creatures out there. The third game, I got mana locked again, which is weird because I was running, some games I was getting tons of land. Some games I literally had a land on every single turn, but some games I was getting just weird color locks or mana locks, even though I had the exact same number of mountains and plains, and or mountains and swamps, and I was sorting out my mana, shuffling them out properly, sorting them through the deck, you know, one after each other all the way through the deck, and shuffling between every game. But I just had some weird mana problems, and but it was still really close. I got him down once again to 1 life when he was able to kill me. 1 life. Again. So I could have, 1 life, if I could have done 1 more damage to both of those players in the third game, I would have been undefeated. But I lost by 1 life each of those games. Or at least I would have been undefeated for those 4 rounds. But I ended up going 2 wins and then 2 losses. And then the final round, the 5th round, I ended up going 0 for 2. I just, he had pretty much the same deck as I did, but he had gotten more of the removal. So he was removing stuff much faster, and he got a couple bigger creatures that were just, you know, playing hell with me. He had more flying capability too. So I came pretty close to doing really, really good, but I didn't do so hot. But I did get a Throne of Eldraine promo pack, and I got the Liliana. So I did at least do well enough to get a Eldraine promo pack, and for a set that I completely missed and knew nothing about, I think I did pretty awesome. And I definitely got my money's worth with the Liliana. So I figured I'd open this for you guys and let you see what's in here. Let's give it a shot and see if there's anything tasty. See if I got any more and good stuff in here. I'll pull that coat aside. A Slaying Fire is our promo kind of full art thing. Could have used that in my deck tonight. Jeez. That would have been awesome. 3 damage extra. A Temple of Mastery, one of the old temples from M20. And a Gadwick the Wizened. All right, so a couple decent cards. So there we go. That's what I pulled tonight. So obviously this is that was the prize winner. That was the big winner for me. I ended up paying for the draft and then some with this little sweetheart here. So all in all, it was fun time, except for the second round against the one Mr. Cranky Pants there. Mr. should have just stayed home. But it was pretty fun, and it's a set that I didn't get to play at all the first time around. So it's nice that I actually got to play this set a little bit and do a draft with it and check it out. So I hope you guys like the video. I got a bunch more videos coming up. If you want to sponsor a video, as you can see, I got a bunch of boxes in the last couple days. So let me know if you're interested in that. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks, guys. Take care.